It was a rainy Friday evening when my husband, Mark, invited his old college friend, Jason, over for dinner. I wasn't particularly excited about the visit. I barely remembered Jason, and the few interactions we'd had over the years were brief and mostly small talk. But Mark seemed genuinely thrilled. "It's been over 5 years," he said while helping me set the table. "We have so much to catch up on." Jason arrived just after 7. He was polite, charming even, with that quiet charisma that made people feel at ease. He brought a bottle of wine, complimented the roast I made, and joked with Mark like no time had passed. But there was something in his eyes, a kind of weariness or burden that lingered behind his smile. I noticed it during dinner but didn't say anything. Not yet. After dessert, the rain had picked up, and thunder rolled through the night sky. We moved to the living room, where Mark poured everyone another glass of wine. We sat around, reminiscing, telling stories from their college days, laughing until our sides hurt. I was beginning to enjoy Jason's company more than I expected. It was sometime after 10 when Mark got a call from work. Something urgent. He looked frustrated but apologized and excused himself to the study to handle it. "Give me 20 minutes, he said, already dialing as he walked away. Jason and I sat in the living room in silence for a moment. The storm outside seemed to grow louder, wind howling against the windows. I picked up my wine glass and sipped, trying to think of something casual to say. Jason cleared his throat and leaned forward. "Can I ask you something, Laura?" he said, his voice unusually serious. I turned to him, a little surprised by his tone. "Sure. What's up?" He hesitated, running his hand through his hair. "Do you ever feel like you're missing a piece of the puzzle? Like there's something big going on around you, but no one's telling you what it is?" I blinked, unsure how to respond. I guess that depends on the context. Are you talking about something specific?" Jason nodded slowly, then stood up and began pacing. He looked torn, as if fighting an internal battle. "I didn't plan to say anything tonight," he said. "But being here, seeing you and Mark together, I can't keep it to myself anymore." My heart began to race. "Jason, what are you talking about?" He stopped and looked at me. "There's something you need to know. About Mark." Those words hit me like a truck. A dozen scenarios raced through my mind. Was he cheating? Was he hiding something dangerous? Jason sat down again, leaning in. "Before I tell you this, you have to promise me you won't say anything to Mark tonight. He needs to be the one to explain it fully. But you deserve to know the truth." I don't know if I can promise that," I whispered. "You're scaring me, Jason." "I'm sorry," he said. "But this is important." I nodded hesitantly. He took a deep breath. "Mark was involved in something before you two got married. Something serious. He was part of an investment group that turned out to be a front for money laundering." My mouth fell open. "What?" "He didn't know at first," Jason continued quickly. "He got in through a friend, but when he realized what was going on, he tried to back out. That's when things got dangerous. They threatened him." "They threatened you?" My whole body went numb. "But why didn't he tell me? Why keep this a secret?" Jason shook his head. "He thought he could fix it without putting you at risk. I was helping him gather evidence. That's why I came tonight. I have proof. The people involved are still watching him. He's been protecting you this whole time." I was stunned. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. The idea that Mark had been living this double life, carrying this weight, keeping it from me, it was overwhelming. "Why tell me now?" I asked, barely above a whisper. "Because things are coming to a head," Jason said. "He's going to the authorities next week. He has everything he needs. But you needed to know. In case something goes wrong." Just then Mark re-entered the room. He looked at us, then at Jason, and froze. "What's going on?" Jason stood up. "She knows. I told her." Mark's face turned pale. "Jason, I told you. She needed to know, Mark." Jason snapped. "She deserves the truth." I stood trembling. Is it true? Everything he said. Mark looked at me, eyes full of pain and regret. Yes, but I was going to tell you. I didn't want you to worry. I thought I could fix it all. I took a shaky step back. You should have trusted me. We're supposed to be a team. He moved toward me, reaching for my hand. I'm sorry, Laura. I thought I was protecting you. I pulled away, tears welling in my eyes. I need some time. I walked out of the room and went upstairs, locking the bedroom door behind me. My mind was spinning. I sat on the edge of the bed, trying to piece together everything I'd just heard. It was like a nightmare. I didn't sleep that night. My thoughts were too loud. Around 3 a.m, I heard a soft knock at the door. Laura, Mark said gently. Please talk to me. I opened the door slowly. He looked exhausted. I know I messed up, he said. But everything I did was to keep you safe. Why didn't you come to me sooner? Yes. Because I was scared, he said. Not of them. Of losing you. We sat on the bed together in silence. I rested my head on his shoulder. What happens now? Yes. I turn everything over to the FBI next week, he said. They're going to take it from there. Jason and I already have the meeting scheduled. After that, it's out of our hands. I looked up at him. Promise me no more secrets. I promise, he said, his voice firm. The next few days were a blur. Jason stayed in town, working closely with Mark to finalize everything. There were tense moments, but slowly, I began to understand the gravity of what they were doing. Mark had risked everything to do the right thing. When the day came, I watched him leave for the meeting with the FBI. My heart pounded in my chest, but I felt a strange mix of fear and pride. He was facing something bigger than himself, and finally he wasn't facing it alone. He came home that evening, tired but relieved. It's done, he said. We're safe now. A few months passed, and slowly life returned to normal. But something had changed in our relationship, something deeper, more honest. We communicated more openly, leaned on each other more. And despite the pain of that night, I realized it was a turning point. The truth had shattered us for a moment, but it had also brought us closer. Years later, I still think about that night. About Jason's courage, about Mark's quiet strength, and about how a single revelation can alter the course of everything. What happened left me speechless, but it also left me stronger.